Hi everyone, it's Nancy, your favorite innkeeper from Old Square Inn in Mount Joy, Pennsylvania in beautiful Lancaster County. Thank you for joining me today. Today we're going to be making grilled fruit with a honey orange drizzle. But I gotta tell you, since this whole shutdown and we're kind of stuck in here, any of you have pets? My pets, I have two cats, they've been acting just so clingy lately. I can't move from one room to the next without their following me. And my black cat, her name is Grace Kelly. Hi, Jill. She has taken to catching flies, which is great, except she catches them and spits them out by her bowl. So it's really gross to find them. All right, ready? Let's cook. So I today have an apple and a pear that I'm going to use for our grilled fruit. We're going to cut these two different ways. I'm going to cut the apple this way across, and my slices are probably going to be, hi Marcia, about ½ inch, 3/4 of an inch thick, kind of whatever you like. It's just that the longer that it'll take a little bit longer to cook the thicker that they are. So I have these here, and I'm going to use this, hi Robin, apple corer to take out the middle. And if you don't have an apple corer, then just get your handy dandy paring knife and cut around there and take out the middle of that. My mother never had kitchen tools. She was one of those, Hungarian, came over on the boat. I think I told you that before. Hi, Susan. And she would just make do with whatever she had, you know, sifting, cutting dough, the whole bit. So it's okay if you don't have all the required tools that you need. All right, so I have these apples cut. Let me get rid of that stuff. And you could, of course, cut the whole apple. I'm just going to leave that one aside. And then the pear, Susan makes some great poached pears. I got the recipe from her. Hi, Donna. All right, pear, be sure you take the tags off. Pear is going to be cut from the top to the bottom. And again, I'm going to take that stem off. I'm going to use this little melon baller to take out the center. Again, if you don't have this handy dandy tool, take your paring knife and just take out the center of that. Throw that over there. All right, now do you see this pear, how it has this little funky thing at the bottom and it has this little funky thing at the top? Just going to take the paring knife and cut that out. Susan owns a bed and breakfast also up in Ephrata, and as you might imagine, just like all small businesses, we're just waiting until the day that we can open our doors again. And a lot of people have asked, well, how can we help you? Well, one of the things you can do is what you're doing right now, is just following us on Facebook and following us on Twitter and following us on whatever social media posts we have, and we're posting and sharing our posts. All right, so this pan is going to be for the grilled pears, and you're going to turn your heat up to like maybe medium high. You don't want the butter to burn because burned food tastes bad. I've thrown a lot of pans out on the porch. So these pears are going to go in here just cut side down. We'll let that go a little bit. And then the apples are going to do the same thing. Apples you can do if you don't have a griddle on your stove, then just do them in another pan. I like to do them on top because I think I'm fancy. All right, these are going to go right here. Let them go a little bit. Let them go a little bit. All right, you can see the butter start to melt. Do you hear that sizzling? Oh, that's pretty good, right? All right, so we're going to wait until we get a little bit of brown on the bottom of that. On Friday, we're going to do 5 elements of plating and meal planning. It's just kind of how you make your food look pretty. It's going to be fun. So we're going to take some of the things that we cooked this week and plate them and show you what you can do with them. All right, let's see what's going on with our pear. Not brown yet. We'll get that going a little bit, and we're going to get the apple going. Now, after these get brown and I put on the honey and the orange juice, I'm going to put a cover on it, and you really have to watch this when you get the cover on it, because that's when it really starts to brown. And like I said, I've thrown a few things out on the porch that aren't really good. Can you see that the butter in here is starting to get brown? That looks delicious. See what you're doing? Oh, look! It's starting to get nice. That's what I want to happen with that. I'm going to turn my heat down a little bit. Go down, Moses. There. All right, now at this point, when it starts to get brown like that, I'm going to take this small jar of honey. Yeah, we use a lot of honey here. I'm not a real honey person. My little Hungarian mother was always a honey person. You know, you'd go to her and say, Mom, I have a sore throat, and her first thing would be, let me make you some tea with some honey in it. I don't like honey. Well, how about a little whiskey in it? Then she'd make us tea and put whiskey in it. How about Joe? You remember that? All right. So, can you see this? The honey in here is brown, and it's sizzling, and it's got going pretty good. I'm going to take a little bit of orange juice and pour that in there. Oh, that's nice. I'm going to turn the heat down even a little bit lower now. And you're asking how much orange juice to put in? That's maybe a quarter cup, a third of a cup. It's all going to cook down, and you might even have to add a little more later. Okay, so as I said, I'm going to put the lid on that. Let's see what's, I don't know if you can see through the lid. This is still boiling. See what's going on with our apple rings over here. Are they starting to get brown yet? Not quite brown yet. But when those, after I flip those over, I'm going to put some of this on. This is Pensie Cinnamon. And if you like cinnamon, which I really don't, unless it's in Red Hots and Hot Tamales, but I love the way this smells. These Pensie spices are the best thing ever. Can you smell that? Doesn't that smell good? Oh, love that. And when you're cooking breakfast and you throw that on something of yours, it just wafts through the whole house and it smells so good. All right, let's check on the pears. They're still very liquidy. That's okay. We're going to let those boil down a little bit. Check on what our apples are doing here. Now, I was thinking next week, I wanted to show you how, hi Carol, I wanted to show you how to make stromboli out of bread dough. But do you have access to bread dough? It's in the frozen I should say it was in the frozen section of the grocery store. Not sure we can get it anymore. I used to teach the kids at school how to make stromboli. It was one of our first things, and it's so fast and so delicious. I'll have to think about that. And then I thought we would also do, want to show you how to make a pie crust. Want to show you how to do some peanut butter eggs. Easter is coming up, and despite what anybody says, I do not think we're going to have full churches on Easter Sunday. We might not even have Easter out here. My grandkids might be hiding their own eggs, or maybe I'll sneak over there and hide them in the grass in the back. Let's see how that looks. Not quite brown yet. The apples are taking a little bit longer to brown. They're a little more solid. Flip those over. Anyway, let's see what our pears are doing. That looks pretty good. I'm going to turn the heat up just a little bit to get those going. When I serve these, I like to plate these with a little scoop of yogurt on top, and then put some granola on top of that, and a little bit of honey, because I'm not the one eating it. That's why I can put the honey on it. See how that looks. Good. That is coming along. Okay, we have this rocking. What are you guys doing today to entertain yourselves? I saw somebody's post that said, I ate 11 times and took 5 naps, and it's still today. I feel a little bit like that myself. Although yesterday I went out and I cleaned up the garden a little bit, went to go mow the grass. My front lawn is so high. Got the mower started, but I couldn't keep it going. What are you going to do? It's raining today, so I'll have to try that out again tomorrow. All right, that is looking pretty good. Bubbling a lot. I think I'm going to put some of this Pensies on my apples. Ooh, nice. Nice if you like cinnamon. Here's my story about cinnamon and why I don't like it. When I taught home ec, we had one unit on making cinnamon coffee cake. So I teach this 6 times a day for 2 days straight. So we had 12 kitchens all day long making the cinnamon coffee cake with the cinnamon. And it was like by the end of the day, all you smelled was cinnamon all over the place. So although Joan, my assistant, still likes her cinnamon, I'm not too big on it. Let's see what's happening on the other. Oh my gosh, look how great those look. Flip that over. Ooh, that looks good. Now, you want to cook these until they're going to be soft to the touch. So these are still, got some time going on those yet. Put that on there. Apples are looking good. They're smelling good too. I like the way it smells. I just don't like to eat it. Alright, nice. Alright, so these pears are almost getting to the point where you're going to have to add some more orange juice, or you're going to have to throw the whole thing out on the porch. Let's see what these are doing. Alright, that looks pretty good. And that's going to boil down. I would take this off the heat. It would be a nice thick liquid. The only problem is my pears aren't cooked yet. So to keep this from burning, I would need to put a little bit more orange juice in this. And put the lid back on that and let that cook again. Don't forget, you got to keep your eyes on these things. All right. These are some that I had started this morning. And if you take a look at this, this is not warm right now. You can see that this sauce, the thickness of this sauce, that's about where you want it. It looks thicker than, it's almost like the thickness of warmed up honey. That would be a good way to put it. So I'm just going to warm this a little bit, get the sauce going. And then you want to plate these. So let's just pull this. This is the hazard of a really teeny tiny kitchen here. I'm going to take out this little pedestal dish bowl. You can put it in a bowl if you want. Set that up that way. Okay. And then for this one, I think I'm going to put a little bit of feta on that. So I want to put on the honey orange drizzle first. Doesn't that look good? Those are really good. And then put a little bit of feta on this. I like to serve these when I do French toast in the morning because I like the taste of the sharp feta that works well with the pear, and then it's not sweet again with the French toast. Okay, so if I had a nice little bay leaf or a piece of parsley or something, I would put that at the top, but I don't. So I have this cute little, look how cute is that? And all I did was take I'm going Martha Stewart on you now. Take a lime and cut off a little piece of that and turn it into a leaf. All right, you can see the apples are going. All right, see, I didn't, look what I did to it. Burned it all to hell. I mean heck, burned it all to heck. Sorry. Okay, but for our purposes, I'm going to flip them over and show you how they look. All right, so let's pretend that these apples are delicious. And they're going to look like this. All right, yummy. Ooh, look at that apple. And then I'm going to just take a little bit of yogurt and put that on top. Right smack in the middle. And next, either you can put honey on this or you can put honey orange drizzle on this. I'm going to put some of this delicious drizzly stuff right across it. That looks pretty good, right? And then take a little granola, sprinkle that on top, and voila. There's, yeah, I know, thank you, looks pretty good. All right, so, good. See, I'm illustrating my point when I say keep your eye on the food that you're making. Happens to everyone. All right, you guys, I am Nancy, your favorite innkeeper from Old Square Inn in Mount Joy, Pennsylvania. So happy that you joined me today. Share this, like this, comment, and I will see you on Friday for 5 Elements of Plating and Meal Planning. Have a fabulous day today. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.
I Hi everyone, Nancy here. If you like this video and want to see more, just click on the subscribe button below. And if you want to try even more delicious recipes from our award-winning B&B, click on the link in the description for our Let's Cook with Nancy cookbook. Makes a great gift for the chef in your life, even if that chef is you. All right, I'll see you in the next video.